What up, G? A PA? Yes, we are. And we're down. Alrighty, alrighty. First thing the weekly did was drive up. No bottom wick on the current weekly, and we've driven up 570 points. What's up, Nate? What's up, Bougie? We've driven 570 points from the beginning of the week without any kind of pullback. The very first day of the week was here, and we just instantly started driving up. No top wick on this previous day, no bottom wick on this current day, and we finally have a slight pullback here, pulling back at this daily high, right? This current daily has no top wick, but we already have plenty of wicks here grabbing orders trying to push us down. So because of the fact that we have no bottom wicks down here at these levels, we could be coming back down to grab some orders down here before continuing up. So I'm thinking that on the higher time frame, we need to come back to somewhere around these levels. I'm thinking that we're going to have a slight pullback to these levels here before a continuation up, or the 4-hour will likely start to form some support here where there's no bottom wicks at. So we might get some support being formed here or some support being formed here, right? So that's what I'm looking for to happen. I'm looking for an actual dump. So it looks like we are dumping. So it looks like we are coming down. We have an hourly closure in about 7 minutes. We just had a most recent 30-minute closure below the most recent range. We do have a slight bullish level here that could be getting in our way, right? We're looking for sells on our way down, so I would like to see a closure below this level, top wick, and then a rebreak of the low. Closure below the most recent, and then we can get a wick fill or a fill of the range down. We have about 10 pips down here. We have 56 pips down on that whole entire range. That's 15 no top wick. What that 30 does. Hey yo, who sneezed? Who sneezed? Bless you, my bro. What up, Turpy? So this is a strong bullish area here that caused us to drive up. We rejected that area once, we drove up, and we rejected it twice and gave some sort of pullback here, and we're struggling to re-break this low here. Since this area is tough, I would like to wait for that hourly closure, the higher time frame closure, see if we can get a closure below here, top wick on the next hourly, and then a push back down, and then maybe that will give us the re-break of the low. FOMC tomorrow. Nice. What up, Jay? How was your guys' day? Nice. I'm down today again. Oh no, I blew the first funded, and then I switched over to the other one that I had that was at break even, and I took a 200 pip loss on NQ. And then here, I accidentally opened the wrong lot size and had to close out for minus 100 bucks. I went to take a sell here, and I opened up 40 contracts on accident instead of 2. So I had to close right here. Even though it drove, I wasn't able to hold. Even 15 pips of drawdown, that would have been horrible. But it's all good. Since my plan is to work on the PAs, and then eventually when the funded accounts or the evaluations reset, I have the cheap evals. Once they reset, I'll work on trying to pass those in a day, and stack up on the accounts. So even if I have accounts in drawdown, by the end of the month, I should have more accounts active that I would be trading those copy traded to the ones in drawdown. So I'm continually trying to gather more accounts and just stack, man. Trade the PAs and then take a couple days to trade the evals. I know that I can pass them in a couple days, maximum probably like 3 days. So I have a 300k account right now that I'm up 2,000 on. So that's why I had the 40 lots open. So I'm gonna work on that one during news tomorrow. Alright, so we're about to have an hourly closure. This hourly, if it doesn't pull back, it's gonna close with no bottom wick. We're most likely gonna see a rebreak of the low, a decent pop down for the bottom wick before the money printer to flip up, and that would give us 30 pips until the next level of interest. On the 30-minute time frame, we have 9. I think I'm gonna be late here to take that sell stop. Yeah, I'm late for that sell stop. Even if with that hourly no top wick, if it's gonna flip bullish, it's gonna create a bottom wick first, and it's gonna create it somewhere down here in these levels. Yeah, that's already halfway to my break-even point. I can't take that. I was calculating a little too much there. I was trying to see where that hourly money printer could possibly set up at before pulling back. Which one what, Bougie? I had multiple evals, and then I tilted on one and blew it in a day. And then on the other one, I took a loss immediately after starting it. Not starting it, going back to it. No, my live. I had multiple PAs. I'm down to one now. I had like 4 in the beginning of the year. And I had a rough first quarter. I started a new eval at 300K. Yeah, that was the entry, man. I don't think I could have taken anything there. The entry was the rebreak of this low right here. Yeah. 300K right here. If we break through this support after rejecting all-time highs once again, we might be disregarding the support here. So we have to get that. We got that closure below. We got that slight pullback. We got that break below. So that was the trade. Now, can we get another closure below here, a pullback up, and then a rebreak of the low? Because we're at all-time highs, so I'm more inclined that we're going to be bearish after rejecting, and now we're starting to come back down, closing below the most recent support, creating resistance right here where support was. Yeah, knowing your hourly needs a top wick. Let's see what it do here. Closing my buys and taking sells is how I blew the eval. I closed one sell for minus like 1500, and then or one buy, and then I spam sells the other way, and then the buys worked out because I was being a moron. Yeah, I was watching this video recently, and it really brought to my attention exactly what was happening and why I took the loss that I did. What was happening psychologically. So, Dr. David Paul, this entire hour and a half of just trading psychology, I watched the entire thing, and then I'm rewatching it now for another hour. So he was talking about how probabilities of your win rate, right? So if you have a high win rate, eventually you are going to come across a situation where you're going to lose multiple trades in a row. It doesn't matter if you have a 90% win rate. Probability states that over time, that 90% win rate mathematically is going to give you up to 6 losing trades in a row. I got you. You will lose up to 6 trades in a row. With that being said, people that use large stop losses like 100, 200, 300 pip stop losses, are you able to lose 300 pips 5 consecutive times and still be positive on your account? That's the whole uh thing he's talking about, right? And then he was saying, because you have such a high win rate and you're going on this win streak and you're not losing, you're get this euphoric sense in your body that you don't even recognize it's happening. You start to feel like you're one with the markets. You start to feel like you're flowing. And at the end of the day, it's probability. Because the second that you start to feel that euphoricness, and then the market starts to give you less probability of your setup, and you start to take a few more losses, and you start to go on a losing streak, which will eventually 100% happen. Mathematically, statistically speaking, you will 100% lose multiple trades in a row, and they don't have to be 100 pips in a row. But if your max stop loss is 150 pips, is your account going to survive 5 consecutive losing trades? And that's one thing that got me. I was like, damn, after going on a 40 win streak, I think out of those 40 trades, 10 were break even, so 30 win streak, and then taking one loss, that really just fucked me up. And then after rewatching that video, I'm like, damn, that's exactly what the hell happened to me. I was getting that sense of like being one with the markets, of, you know, being a savage and all this, and kind of basically getting cocky. And when I took the loss, it immediately got my ass mentally. You're not going to find many institutional traders. So I dropped a video for a couple of other guys that I talked to privately. Wix's psychology pamphlet is really, really good. But listening to an old man that's like 90 years old speak, that's also would it be under resources, or would it be under? Yeah, it's like, statistically speaking, consecutive losing trades were gonna happen. So they might not be back to back, but I lost one trade. Then I lost 2 in a row. Then I won 2 more, and then I lost 2 more. So that's already 4 with a couple of small wins in between, a couple of decent scalps in between. You know what I mean? So of course, going on a losing streak was gonna happen, and I let that shit get to me, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna win this trade. And I kept holding and holding and holding. And I was like, yeah, I'll just keep pineappling and just keep pineappling. It's gonna come back to my entry. And it eventually did come back to my entry after 300 pips. And that destroyed my, at 300 pips, 10 entries, that's like 3,000 pips lost in a day. And I gave myself 2,500 pips to lose. And I blew through the entire thing. It really is as simple as just not revenge trading. Real G's don't die, we multiply. It is what it is. So this is where I fucked up and lost $100 here. On my evaluation 300K, I was gonna swing 4 lots. So I was gonna pop a 4 lot here, 40 micro contracts, and then swing that, and that would have been up $800 on that. The profit target is 20,000, and I'm up 2,500 on it. So that was the plan, to swing this and have 100 pip TP for 4,000, and the take profit would have been somewhere around these lows here. I think this line that I marked up. So I was gonna have a take profit here for 4 lots, which wasn't gonna be quite 4,000. It would have been like maybe 3,000, maybe 2,800 or something like that. So that's the swing trade that I was planning on having from this level. I had that same swing trade from this level around 3 o'clock, and I was expecting it to re-break this low around like the end of the day, and it never did. So I had to close for like a 40 pip loss here. And then I re-entered sells on the evaluation here, caught this sell down. So no, I was here, my bad. I was here, and then it was like hovering up here, and I had to close around here at the end of the day, because it was gonna either close me on a pullback at minus like 80 pips, or I was gonna close here at 40 pips. So I just decided to take the loss at 40 pips, and then I shorted here and made that 40 pip back. And then I was gonna, after I closed here, after we filled the range, I waited till we rebroke the lows here, and then I was gonna enter 4 lots here, 40 contracts, and then just swing it to the lows. So then ideally by the end of the night, I'm thinking we're going to continue dropping down to at least retest some of these supports here. So that would have had the account up like 8,000, and then tomorrow's NFP, so I can attempt a news trade on the Nasdaq with like a 1 lot, and have plenty of margin to catch the swing either way. And if I do take a loss on it, I have plenty of margin to take pineapples, and the news trade would likely make me another few thousand. So like a few thousand every day, probably in like a week I'll have this account passed. And the thing with the 300Ks, you have a profit target of 7,500 before payout, with a drawdown of 7,500. So you have to have $100 more in order to request your payout, and your payout minimum would have to be that 7,600. So if I do the math, and I'm able to withdraw 3,500 every cycle, which is 8 days. Basically, if I had 350Ks, which is more expensive, to equal the same amount of drawdown, 7,500, and I reached the 10,000 in profit target, I would be able, that would be 3,200 each account, and I would be able to withdraw $700 each account max. And that's what, $2,100? But on the 300K, if I get that to the same 10,000 profit target using the same lot size, I'll be able to withdraw 4 grand and leave 7,500 in the account. Or what's that, 2,500? So that's an extra $1,000 something off of one account that cost me $40, and then the activation is 80. So when you think about it, the 50K, if I get it up to 10,000, I'm only going to be able to withdraw in total around $1,200, $1,300. But on that same lot size, on the 300K, I'm able to withdraw 3 grand. And then take another month to bring it up to another 10K in profit, and then I can withdraw 3 grand every 8-day cycle. So that's the ideal behind the larger accounts. It's just a larger profit target to pass it, but not that you don't need that same profit target to get a withdrawal. The profit target to pass is 20K. The profit target for a withdrawal is 7K. Can we just gap down here? I'm gonna have a sell stop. What up, Creed? How are you, dude? My day has been, what can you say, spectacular. My week has been spectacular. My month and my year has been spectacular. Every day that I wake up and I'm breathing is a good day, bro. Regardless of what happens. Losing is tough. But you just gotta have that fuck it mentality. I had a great gym session today, though. Great. Fire. Flame. This level here might be a problem. We might have a problem here, buddy boy. I'm gonna delete this and I'm gonna give it full higher time frame confirmation that we're closing below, not just this weak little gay candle. I'm not trying to get caught in this push up. This is the area that pushed us up to all-time highs, and we formed more support here, and we started to form support higher up here. So is this the breakout, or is this the fake out to come back up to all-time highs? It could be the breakout after rejecting all-time highs 3 times, right? But that's the same level that we drove up really far from. So I don't know if we're going to tap it and reject back up, or we're going to drive down steep, giving me that 20-30 pip win that I'm looking for before coming back up. So we're selling into, unfortunately, some strong supports that drove price to all-time highs. Wick gay candle. Yeah, bro. It's 2 hour no top wick and no bottom wick. Daily 4 hour no top wick. Yeah, we're getting different kinds. We're getting magnets pulling us different ways, right? When you have those no top wicks, you have like a magnet pulling you up to come up and grab a top wick there. And when you have no bottom wicks, you also have magnets pulling you. So what's gonna happen first? Are we gonna go grab bottom wicks for liquidity before driving back up? Or are we gonna say fuck it and go straight to the highs, grab orders, and then dump down? Or continue breaking the highs, right? So that's what we're trying to decide. We're trying to decide, are we gonna get faked out here, or is it gonna continue? I did, just back. I don't really have so much time. I'm like fucking busy, dog. So we're starting to get structure forming on these lows here. How steep did we come down here? 19 pips we wicked. We can take some sells into these little supports here if we do re-break the low. But is that the move we want to catch? Yeah, look, right now you're getting that trend line break. You're getting that trend line breaking at a major area of support. Once this 1 minute closes above this area, this is probably where people like options would be taking buys, right? We're also seeing sells. Hey guys, did you know that Elon Musk followed me? The CEO of SpaceX Tesla with 500 followers or 15 followers followed me. Look, I'm famous. Almost nothing changed about Tesla since $500 a share. Price drops and people are just following price. The pain is real given this now seems to be a zero. Do I believe it will continue to grow? Perhaps not, but that's something I knew at 500 too. Yeah, people that are talking shit about Tesla, these people are dumb, bro. Oh, Elon Musk has lost $115 of net worth of value. I'm like, but you think those $115 are real dollars? Or were they just numbers on the screen? Come on, stupid. Were they real or were they just money, numbers on the screen? You really think that every time that Tesla shares go up, his bank account gets a deposit of $1 billion? Really? You think that his bank account out of nowhere said minus 115 billion? Come on, bro. Oh, the stock market crash. I'm like, listen, bro. People like me are taking advantage of opportunities like this, and I'm gonna continue buying call options even if these expire worthless. Because look, I'm gonna show you the possibility of trading. Right now I have two call options, right? I spent 30 on one and 60 on the other. That's $90. I'm down 50% on it. I'm at $44 in value on that. But when you do the simulator returns, we're at a major level of support, and Trump is starting to speak. Trump spoke two words, and NQ pushed up 300 points. If I get a $30 move on NQ on Nvidia, it's at 115. $30 would be 145. If we get to 145 within the next week, I make 1,300 bucks off a $60 investment. Even the day that it expires, I'll still be up $76. I would still double my money. If it gets to 147 anytime within the next 2 weeks, I'll make a rack. On the high end, 1,300. That's what the simulator returns it. All we gotta do is just hit 140, 130 target. My goal was 130. I said that once we hit 130, 130 is at 300 bucks return, and I was gonna close one to secure my investment and then leave the other one running. So the other one, if it hits target at 150, that's 2 racks for 2 contracts. So it'd be a rack on that one. So people like me are just buying the dip. Buying the dip. I can lose 4, 5, 6 contracts, couple $100. That when that shit hits, bro, that shit's gonna hit. I know a guy who made $30,000 off of $1,000 contract. Options, did you take buys there? Hey Chris, you're gay. Watch how it's done, buddy. Watch how your boy murders the market or gets murdered by the markets. No way, this shit just popped up and tapped my... I was looking for buy stops here, but this 30-minute level is too strong. That's 32 pips already. Damn. I was expecting a pullback from that level. Still have 118 pips of range. Can we get a pullback here? That's a 5-minute support resistance too. This was my break-even point here. This is why I love the Nasdaq. My buy stop there would have been up 38 pips, no drawdown. Wait for this closure. Good shit calling my trade. Yeah, I saw that. Oh, not GC. Delete. One minute. I'm gonna attempt a buy stop here. I have a little bottom wick there. An annoying smoke detector. Beep. Beep. That reminds me, bro. I took mine down and never put it back up. Who needs those? Yo, I just gotta buy a new one. I don't even know where it's at. It's in my closet, but I don't think it has batteries. Damn, you're right, bro. You're right as fuck. And this massive bullish 30 closure. Wow, what a bitch. Oh, put this back to pips. I'm break even here. I'm gonna full close there at 36 pips. $36 Pipperooskies. Back in the booski. And you, bro, I appreciate it. Let me go use the bathroom now. Damn, only 12 viewers tonight. It'd be like that. That hit full TP too for 100 pips. These Russians are crazy. There's like a Russian fighting league where they're allowed to like beat each other up a little bit on the press conference. And one of the dudes grabs the other dude by the leg as he's on the ground because he dropped him, and he picks him up like a child and throws him off the stage. Bro, you're really trying to hurt your opponent before you really fight, dog. I'm a little sleepy over here. What up, Nadim? How are you? Palm Beach. Hank, what up? I grew up here in Florida. You got W or not yet? Yes, I traded the Nasdaq and I caught 50 pips here on the Nasdaq. Well, it ran 89 pips, but I caught 50 or 48 or 42 or something like that. And then it drove 90 ticks total from my entry. Facts. Facts. The good thing is we took a W, no drawdown. We followed the plan. So what's the move? On gold? I don't know. I don't know. One second. Anyone here golf? Golf! I lift weights, bro. That's all I do. Happy underwater skydiving. We are starting to come down here. Let's see what lift weights and go to crowded steam rooms. Subway surfing. You're gonna get wrecked if you surf that subway. Julio. I'm gonna have a buy stop here. Fuck. Damn. Damn. I was too late. That's 30 pips already. That's fucked. Oh well. I'm gonna keep a sell stop here on the rebreak of the daily low. That was 34 pips. Have you guys taken anything tonight? Nice. What the hell is price doing? It's not even moving. Paciencia, cojones. Nice options. One minute till the market really opens. Tangelo is in the Ninja Trader Studios. What are we gonna do here? What are we gonna do here? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, dude.
What beep? What beep? I realized I had Dutches. I don't know how long I have them there, but they were there. What are you doing today?
I made 40 pips. The delivery is here. That's pretty cool how Tanja Trades is on the, oh shit, that activated me. Is on the desk, the trader desk with Ninja Trader, and they have them on the live TV. I think that's pretty cool. That's one of the cool things about doing social media is that a lot of the big brokers and a lot of the big companies will like start to notice you, and I think that's pretty cool how she's on their desk trading with them, and they watch her trade. I mean, they see her live P&O, so they wouldn't be inviting her if she was a fake guru. And I don't think there's any what is that thing called? Affiliate codes for brokers. Yeah, I don't think there's affiliate codes for brokers, so I don't think they would be what? Need an iPad. And that wick down 1 pip away from TP. Wow. I'm closing that. 5 minute no bottom wick at this level of support. We came down first. This was looking like a money printer, especially with the way we bounced down and rejected like that. I'm calling that trade break even. So we've came here, our hourly closed with a top wick, our 30-minute closed with a top wick, 15-minute money printer bearish back into clean range, but we haven't came down all the way to retest this level here. We start to re-break these lows. I'm gonna have a sell stop. Yeah. Oh, that activated me so fast. That shit glitches in like a second, man. I don't like how it did that. That was like such a glitch. I don't like the way this activated me. Yeah, we close back into this range. We hit this level of support. We just have some resistances here that I feel like after this hard push, we should get a pullback to at least to retest these previous ranges. Yeah, but that daily high is likely it for me. That's 114. Oh yeah, if that thing re-breaks that daily high, I'm not interested anymore. This is a money printer. I'll take a sell here. Try to see if we can get out break even. Money printer on the one, rejecting this daily level here. See if we can come back down to the break even point. That would, if I close two out, that would be minus 20 pips. And then if I leave this one running, it would be up 32 pips. That's a little tough. Yeah, fuck that up. Sorry. I'm in a trade. I'm just focused. How are you guys doing on gold? How's that position going? I'm gonna close that there at 20 pips. 9 pips, 2 positions. So that's 20 plus 40, that's 60 pips for the night. Oh, we got that drop. Well, we didn't really get that drop. We got that drop right back to the level that we were at here. So, what do we have now? The 15-no bottom wick for that money printer. And we're at this level here where we could flip bullish at. But it is the daily low. Could we get another rebreak of the low here to fill the rest of the range for 13 pips? I mean, the real bottom of the range is over here. These are just minor levels price could bounce off of. How many pips do we have here until this low? 8. I don't have a 5-minute. I'm gonna have a sell stop here on the rebreak of that low. This is where I'll probably go break even by like 7-8 pips and see if that push can get us all the way down to here. That's 30 pips to the low. So that's in. Keep an eye on this. It needs to keep popping, that's the idea. Now another continuation rebreak of the low. Price should see a sharp drop. Yeah, options. I'm thinking those premium buys are like in this range here. With this momentum down and the continuation of the lows, we should be able to capitalize on a push to the lows here. So what just formed here, right? We're continuing to form lower lows. This should just re-break that low and continue down. Closing below the previous ranges. My spreads are high right now. That means that the volume is high. Gotta keep my head on straight. My forehead's too big for fucking stream. I don't want to get clipped. Pop, 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 pop. You're a failure. Break even. I don't care. It's gotta really work right away, man. If it doesn't work right away, let's wait for this 30. Let's let it push. If this 30 can drive close below here, giving us full confirmation that we're bearish, get a top wick into this area here, which is basically where we need to close below, and then we can start driving down. What does the 3-minute look like? All of our 3-minute supports are right here where we almost tapped and rejected. As long as we don't break this, sells are still valid. We gotta maintain structure. Your turn. Rolling. You, bro. You fucking pussy. Sells are still valid. I still want a rebreak of the low. My entry was supposed to pop, right? But since it didn't, that 18 pip pullback. Right, as long as we don't, like I said, restart re-breaking these lines and start moving up to these levels, we're still valid. We're still under the SMAs on the 5. We're under on the 15. We're under on the 30. The 30 just crossed. On the hourly is where we have tapped, though, the 20. So maybe that's where the rejection is coming in as well as this. So let's ensure that we're not going to reject off this hourly support that drove us to these highs. That's what I was talking about earlier. That these hourly lows are very, very important. Either we're going to just smash through them or continue up. So my entry here gave me a total of 6 pips and I didn't see anything. The NQ sells ended up giving me 39 pips, 15 on the first entry, and 68 on the second entry if I would have held. Listen, tell your buy limit to suck my nuts. Tell your buy limit that it should have been a little bit stronger and pulled price down so that way it could TP immediately. Yeah. Hey, when option says a level, that level is pretty fucking solid. The other day, I was taking shorts into NQ, and he's like, "Oh, I got a buy level at this level," and I'm like, "Damn, that's 50 pips away on the, or 32 pips away on the dot." So I set my TP to that level. It wicked right into the TP, rejected, and price never came back to that level for the rest of the day. I think he called the bottom for several hours. Options. Tell him what's up. Tell him what win streak you're on, bro. Tell him. Tell him that you're on your own savage journey. $115 wins in the past 7 weeks, 0 losses. See, all these little minor setbacks are all to help refine and fine-tune your strategy. You lower the risk and you take every trade that you see fit and you don't question it. You just take it. That's something that I was going to make a video on how to find your edge. Because after being in the same group with all of you guys, that we all learned basically from the same guy, and at the end of the day, we all trade slightly different and we all found our own version of what they taught us, our own entries, our own analysis, and we found our own way of understanding the market. And that's what it's really all about. And that is what it's really all about. Not copying them word for word, trade for trade, identical everything. You start to use what they teach you and you're like, holy shit, these concepts, not only do they work in the steps that he says, these concepts work in a few different steps in a couple of different areas. I can use these same concepts to catch the bottom, to catch the top, to catch these swing trades, and you can use very, very similar concepts to what, and use these concepts, add them to what you already know, and your strategy will literally be impeccable. If you were a trend line trader before and you kept getting stopped out on your trend lines, well, you learned the top and bottom wick from devious. You learned the candle reading from devious, and you learned the money printer in the chat. So you're like, oh shit, money printer pulling up right here on the 15, trend line breaking on the 1 minute. These are some decent buys right here, starting to form to come up now. Then you start to literally add all these different confluences together, and you get your own strategy. Basically, you get your own system, you get your own way of entering, you get your own way of exiting, because we're learning from people that have done this for half a decade, right? Which means they've been through the headaches, and they're teaching you what not to do so that you progress faster. So if you're only a couple of years in, like me, and you're like, wow, why do I feel like I'm progressing so much faster than like Wix and like that when he started, you know? And it's because they're giving you the shortcuts to making it, bro. Basically, whoever's in his mentorship, bro, I think that you're gonna learn a lot, bro. Yeah, bro. I have messages with Market Mechanic and evidence and like track record of my strategy forming itself, and I was like doing everything like Don and Wix was doing, and then I was like finding myself losing a lot of trades because I was doing too many things. And then I started noticing my best entries and my best trade all had a similar look. So then I started really analyzing my best trades and my best trades, and that's how I developed my breakout strategy. And I started developing that breakout strategy into taking the breakout off of support. So I'll give you a good example, like right here. So we form support here, right? I want a breakout into clean range. If we get a breakout into clean range here off of support, buy stop after this formed here, my buy stop here, that would have been 15 pips. And if you're a swing trader, that's the perfect entry for a continuation. You know what I mean? Or if I would have not cut the 15 pips here and I would have had the pineapple at the bottom here, that still would have been a 75 pip move. So my breakout entry, which is basically this right here, this wick right here would have likely put me in drawdown, but eventually it would have played out. So I've been using that off of support along with the moving averages to really get a good indication, to really get the best trade. So when I have screenshots of my trades now, all of the screenshots, they're all identical, bro. They're all the same. They don't miss. They're all the same. No top wick, wow. They're all the same. All of my trades, when I zoom in to where I entered and where I closed, the trade is identical to the candle. 99% identical. And that's what I strive for. Just straight, the same entry every single time. I don't deviate at all. Damn, the cells are really nice. This NQ is just playing around. I can't handle 65 pips of drawdown on two positions. That's just annoying. That's impossible. I have to take the quick win. A sell stop there would have been nice. But see, what do we get here? We got a breakout into a new range. We got support formed and a re-break of the daily high. That re-break of the daily high gave us a 150 pip push off of a 0.2. That would have been $132 in 20 minutes. But I capitalized off the instant profit, which is what I like, and I closed. See, that sell stop with my TP at 50 pips, it wouldn't have hit. That would have went down 18 pips. If I would have seen that pullback, I would have went break even likely. That's how NQ is. You're gonna get fucked if you try to play around with it. You gotta really pay attention to it. Mind you, sells are still not bad. This is the 30-minute candle. We came down and we tried to retest the 30-minute open. So we don't necessarily need a top wick right now. The top wick can come later. How do we know if it's going to come now or later? We got to have market structure forming on the way down. So if we continue to form lower lows here, where's my arrows path? If we continue to form lower lows, we can take a rebreak of the daily low and expect whatever level he was talking about, 33, to be tapped, which is 15 pips. So you can still scalp to this level, right? Milo, stop humping your bed, bro. So, if I wouldn't have messed up and taken that 40 contracts on my PA and taken it on the evaluation swing trade would be up 45 pips, and that was TP. So what's 45 pips on 4 lots? 800 times, or 400 times 4.5. That's 1,800 bucks. I would have been up right now. On plus the 2,500 that I made today, that would have been 4,300 in one day on the PA, on the eval, sorry, that I need to get to 20K on. So that's what I'm doing, bro. The most I saw drawdown today was like 1,500. And I'm using 4 lots, 3 lots, 2 lots, 1 lots, depending. When we were at the highs here on gold, I was doing 5 lots here. Why? Because we already drove 300 pips past the daily highs yesterday. And then what the fuck? Are we going to push another 300 pips past the daily highs today? The probability was not very high. So with the 5 lot, 30 pips, that would have been $1,500 loss if we rebroke the daily highs. So I took like a 5 lot here and I closed here for like 1,500, and then I took a 5 lot here, I closed for like 1,500. I was up like 3,000, and then I lost like 800 or 500 on the last sell of the day. It was like right here. Market was like chopping, putting me in drawdown. I took an entry here on the rebreak of the low, and then market closed here. Market closed like here. Market closed here. And I closed at like $800 loss. And then I sold here and made it back. I'm $800 away from passing this eval. Yeah, bro. You got it. Don't worry. You got it. You got it. Don't worry. Don't be like me and do this. Beautiful streak. Beautiful week. Beautiful tilt. Take a look at this. And don't replicate it. Take a look at this. And don't replicate this. Don't replicate it. Trust. Eliminate these days. The rest looks like this. gapping down here. What does XAU look like? No, I'm gonna wait. I would like to take sells right here on the flip of that 5-minute candle. I would really, really like it. This would have activated the sells. But I'm not too sure. This level is strong. And that's a new 5-minute. No top wick. That would have been activated. 5 pips, that would have been break even. Honestly, bro, with the one lot, you have 750 pips to lose. Alright, we're taking sells on the rebreak of that low. We have 3 minutes left for the 15. This close, respecting. What did the 1 minute do? This is still gonna probably push. This is a closure below. Three of 34.9. No, it wouldn't have activated the buy stop. The sell stop was at 34.9 right here, just below price. It was right here. That's good that we came back to these levels and now we're starting to come up here. Not not copy price alert. Yeah, I think a sell stop here is still valid. Oop. If this flips bullish one more time to retest this 1 minute high, I'm deleting this shit. Yeah, fuck that. The rebreak might be the same thing that we got here where we rebroke the low, drove 6 pips, and then came back to consolidate. Fuck that. Now we're in chop zone. We're not in clean range anymore. Chop zone. So that means we gotta get out of the chop zone. Getting out of the chop zone would be rebreaking the highs. I want it to come down to that level so we can get that buy, bro, but... And scalping to that level is not bad. Look how it's setting up so perfectly for sell stops. If that candle would have rebroke that low, that would have been beautiful. That would have been our break-even point, and we would have been out. 32.5, you say? Look at how I found that level in the middle of this little range here by getting an average number. These are my two targets right here, 33 and 32.5. My target here for 16 pips and 26 pips. So, ideally, by the time we break into this box, I'll just go break even at like 7, 8 pips. And then once we get that pop to here, I'll close one position at 15. And then we should get another pop down, and I'll close the second one full down there. I can't sell here as well because it's a buy zone. Yeah. I can sell on the rebreak of the daily low because we already have a daily top wick over here on this and here. So I'm not too worried. And I know we need to come down before the proper buys. So even any bullish movement here likely won't be too far. It'll probably be a scalp before we get the actual buys down here. So like if your buy sell setup is setting up, you have to look for the highest level of liquidity for the real big drive. So if you're only trying to scalp 20, 30 pips, these are good buy setups to start to take. But if you want to get the buys that are going to give you the highest move, you want to take buys here. You want to take buys here, right? These are just pullbacks on the way down. pullbacks that are freaking us out and stopping us out, taking us out, break even, making us take pineapples before price actually finds where it wants to go. Yeah, breakouts are my bread and butter. Like if you saw earlier, 40 pips in a second on NQ, that's just bread and butter. He trades mostly big booty bitches. He trades the BBB plays. So whenever he gets a bounce and that big booty candle bounces, that's where he takes his entries. Options. Drop your buy level here. Draw it up on the screen where you took buys earlier. I command you to draw. Come on, bro. What do I pay you for? Chop chop. Options. Just draw it. Give him some sauce. Is it me that because it's laggy, or is it because of you and your $10 PC?
What's up, Eddie? No, you lagged at some point.
No.
But it kind of was okay after that. But yeah, you lagged at some point for a little bit.
Yeah, my PC is lagging over here a little bit. It's because I haven't turned it off in like a month. I usually turn it off once a week before stream, and I wasn't getting that when I was turning it on and off. Nah, options is a goat. He's got. So when I was saying about the buys earlier, right? So he has many more other confluences, right? But what do we see here? We saw major level of support here. And what did we get here? We got price broke down below that level, closed back up into range. I don't think he does the closures back up into range, but you can see here how we started getting a scoop on the SMAs. Price started going underneath and giving us that scoop. He probably drew a trend line from the highs here to the lows here. And that trend line probably was a short trend line for the short trend here. And once we broke here, once we had the scoop, you had the retest. Price drove up, came down, retested. He probably market executed on the retest or market executed on the rebreak of the highs. And where I was saying earlier that buys here look good because this is the breakout bouncing off of support. So he probably took this entry right here and caught this 20 pip push up. And I was also looking for buys here as well because I was looking at that same similar entry, and that's another entry that I've been taking. Once you get a setup like this at support where you break the lows, you start to close back up into range. You see how we have clean traffic here all the way up except for this minor area here. Price came up and created a resistance here above this level, back up into range here. We created a minor support and then a rebreak of the high. So when I'm doing my breakout strategy, the same thing that I take every single time, you get a high, a low, and then a rebreak of the high above the most recent range that we had here. So let me zoom in real close. So that's exactly what we had here on the 1 minute time frame. A high, price came back, retested that previous level of resistance, turned it into support, and on the rebreak of the high is where I would have looked for a buy stop. And then this level would have been my break-even point in the middle of this range. So price came up to this level, you would have been up maybe like 12 pips. No, I was like 6 pips, but still it would have never came back to the level and just drove straight up. So that's the kind of entry that I also look for. The breakout on the smaller time frame after a respective support. He has many other things like the RSI and many other moving averages, like the 20 moving average and the daily moving average, and all those levels are just where massive orders sit, bro. And that's where he comes up with a lot of these levels. A lot of these levels that he finds, they're just major orders sitting there. And if you're like on a bullish trend and you come up to one of those levels, you know that you're either going to get a hard reversal or you're going to get a continuation. So it's just everybody uses moving averages, especially banks. They love to use moving averages. And moving averages, especially when you tap one of those levels, there's a reason. There's always volume at the moving averages. Yo. Big dubs. I appreciate you guys for showing up. You guys are awesome. So what's that? 40 pips on NQ and then another 20? That's 60 pips on NQ. I love NQ, bro. I love NQ. My uncle is supposed to be trading NQ, and he was saying that there's no volume. And I'm like, you guys just have to be there every day, because yes, you come in, you just finished eating dinner, it's 9 o'clock, you come in, and you're like, Asian market starts at 9, and you come into this chop. But if you would have been here since 8:30, you would have caught this move that I caught here. You could have maybe caught this push down off the rejection off the highs here. So like my uncle kept telling me like he's having a hard time trading Asian session because there was no volume on whatever he was trading. And I'm like, you just have to be there every day. And yes, there's going to be days where price doesn't move. And those are the days that are going to teach you a lot. You're going to notice what price does during those days, and you're going to notice when to stay out. And then when price gives you the move, you know when to enter. See how we're respecting this level here? Remove 17 drawings. No more. Everything fresh. Fresh levels. Go on the 30. We have a support here. Turned resistance. It looks like we might be turning it into support still. We have to be very careful here. But the 30-minute flip is not valid anymore because of the closure below here all the way to the bottom of the range. This candle came up, grabbed orders at the top of the range, is now flipping bearish again. We're now getting a bearish flip here. How do we know that we're going to break through this level? The way that we're coming down, lower lows, lower highs. If we fail to break that high and we continue like this, like trickling down here on this hourly closure, we might get some volume. Look, go watch my dog. He's humping the bed. I put the bed here in the corner. He drags it underneath my bed, and then when I'm not looking, he drags it out of the room and he drags it all the way to the hallway and he humps it in the hallway. I told my girlfriend not to get him a bed because he starts biting it and destroying it and humping it. A caviar setup, if you guys have been paying attention, obviously, well, he has some secret sauce that he doesn't want to share with nobody, and that's 100% understandable. That's stuff that he back tested himself for years and years and years, and it's understandable that he only has shared it with a couple people. But if you get like a double bottom and a trendline breakout at a major area of support, along with your moving averages scooping underneath, you can take buys understanding that that is a high volume area and price is likely going to move 30-40 pips before, so you can go break even. So price will drive maybe up to these highs up here, 30 pips, you go break even because your stop loss is below these lows. And that's the little by little, that's basically his entry. Along with higher time frame moving averages. So he has a lot of levels, and a lot of these levels are daily, weekly, and like high time frame levels. Maybe this is a weekly level from months in the past, but there is no weekly level from months in the past because we've never been here. But basically, he takes all of his setups that form like this because his win rate is like 50%. But when this trade runs, it runs all the way back up to the highs here. So if he's closing partials on the way up, he'll make 100 to 150 pips total on the trade, and then he'll be taking small 30-40 pip paper cuts, but then take 100 pips, 300 pips. Like his highest runner right now is like, I don't even want to say it. He probably doesn't want me to say it, but his runners right now are insane. Yeah, TradingView gave him back everything. If we can get a higher top wick here and then a reflip bearish, that would be beautiful. See, look, if we get a setup here to take a rebreak of the high here, we only have 9 pips before this level. If this level wasn't here and it was blank, how would I... If this level here, no, that's not. What a trash color. I guess that's not gonna work. If this level wasn't here, then I would be looking for this. Take a buy stop here to fill the rest of the range up here. This level here stops me from doing so. This is probably the caviar setup. But along with that setup comes historical data telling you when to take it and when not to take it, when it's valid and when it's not valid. And sometimes at these all-time highs, it ain't valid. Look at all these lines. Delete, 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 delete. Alright, it's 10. Price is starting to drive up. I think I'm gonna call it here. My higher time frame analysis here, we delete all these drawings. We still have a higher time frame closure. Price is coming up. We can possibly come down and continue coming down, but we actually respected these levels here. So if we create, what do we have here? We have a high, a low, a higher high, a higher low. If we start flipping bullish here, man, we're gonna see Asian session or London session new highs. Yeah, that closure was ass. It's time for me to call it. I'm gonna keep looking at the charts to look for a swing position entry possibly on NQ. I want to see if we can confirm a closure above and some support here, because if we do, man, we're retracing this entire dump here, and that's 900 pips. That on a one lot, that'd be 9 thou wow. Have a wonderful night, everybody. Take it easy. I appreciate you guys for showing up. A lot of you guys showed up. Half of you guys showed up towards the very end of the stream, and I'll show you guys real quick the trades that I took. I basically took break-even trades here on gold. Or I closed 13 pips here on this trade, and then I closed break-even here on this trade. So that's 13 over there. Was that 13? I think it was. I don't even remember. Maybe it was break-even. I'll have to look back. But here I did catch the full move here to my TP. I caught my TP at 41 pips. And then I took an entry here. I went into drawdown 53 pips. And then I closed it at 20 pips profit right over here. And then it kept driving down actually. I closed it on this candle right here. So as we came down right here, putting my positions, both of them in profit, this one up. 20 pips in profit total. So that was what, 40, 60, 73 pips? 60 to 73 pips. I don't know how much, what I caught here. I don't know if I got stopped out break even here or what. I don't remember what happened here. Yeah, clean buys here. Well, have a wonderful night, everybody. Take it easy. I appreciate you guys for showing up. Drop a like, subscribe. On the road to higher funding, on the road to payout, and we're gonna do it all on fucking stream, bro. Trust me, I'm not giving up. We're gonna fucking kill it. Take it easy.